So nobody like talking about or stating the obvious, but listen, our dating realm is all over the place. Y'all want to know why? And then I'm gonna need y'all to answer the question after I'm done. It's all over the place because the guys, the men are looking for the younger crowd, and then us women are looking for the older crowd. So ladies, I want to see something. How old y'all going? And to the men, how young y'all going? I want to see something real quick. I want to see why we all fucked up.
Word. I want to know why too. But let's play that video again and break it down.
All right, so nobody like talking about or stating the obvious, but listen, our dating realm is all over the place. Y'all want to know why? And then I'm gonna.
So, just a disclaimer: I am not in the dating realm. I haven't dated in over 14 years, really. I'm talking about legit hard dating to actually try to find somebody. So I don't really know, but let's continue with her video. This is why I want y'all to get active in the comments. What is it like dating out there?
I need y'all to answer the question after I'm done. It's all over the place because the guys, the men are looking for the younger crowd, and then us women are looking for the older crowd. So,
but that's hypergamy, right? That's hypergamous nature of women. And then men, we tend to look for younger women because what? We must keep saying this over and over and over again. For the simple fact that we look for women that are, one, if you want a child, you're going to look for a fertile woman. And then two, you're going to look for her when she's at her prime, when she's beautiful, when she can bring that beauty to the table. So essentially, she is not wrong. She is right in her assessment of the dating market. But unfortunately, it's been like this for a long time. The biggest thing that changed, I believe, from what I'm seeing now, is that a lot of men are like, we got over that R&B phase. I remember that phase, right? That Boys to Men phase, the baby phase, Gerald Levert. We're over that phase. So a lot of men are waking up and saying, you know what? I'm not going to deal with these women because they tell me to, or it's the quote unquote right thing to do. I'm going to go find my best interest. So I'm going to go find a woman that I want, not what the R&B songs are telling me to find. So men have changed their preferences to their preferences, not your preferences, or not what society tells men they should deal with. They turned a new tide. So then now men are like, you know what? I make $250,000 a year, 35 years old. What do I want? I don't have any children. 56% of men, Black men, are single and in the middle class and childless. So we turn around and say, you know what? I got options now. Not to mention, social media opened up the door for a whole different dating world for you too. Y'all remember before, back in the 90s and the early 2000s, that's what I can remember, right? Because, hell, I'm 42, right? But I remember the 90s dating and the early 2000s, let's say, before social media. The only women that you were dating was the women that were closely in your proximity. There wasn't no Facebook. There wasn't no, Instagram and Twitter and all of these dating apps. Those things didn't exist. So the only time you got up was when and figured you was going to do something. You threw on your cologne, you threw on your Sunday's best, and you went to the mall. You went to the mall. And you went out there and you said, yo, Ma, you have to have game. In order for you to kick it with a woman, if you wanted to clap, if you was trying to find a wife, it didn't matter whatever your results that you wanted were, you had to have game. So you was going out there in your Sunday's best, hoping to God you ain't got nothing stuck in between your teeth. And you'll be like, yo, Ma, Up. I saw you from across the way. I love your eyes. You look sexy. You had to compliment her. You had to make her feel safe, wanted. And then the likelihood is you wasn't getting the box off the rip. You wasn't taking her home that night. No, you had to work. You had to work. You would literally have the 3-date minimum before you could even kiss her. Y'all remember that. Fellas, I know my audience is roughly 35 to 45 according to YouTube's data bank. So, fellas, are y'all with me on this one? Do you remember dating back in the late 90s, early 2000s? We had to have game. And if you had no game, you got no buns. That's how that worked. You had to have the gift of gabs. I was that guy, always shooting my shot. The one guy told me he was an older dude when I was young. He'd be like, yo, Mingo, listen, in order for you to get a woman, I need you to go to the mall, talk to 10 women, and the likelihood is you'll get one. You'll get one out of 10 shots you'll take. So I'll be like, all right, cool. I'll go to the mall, get dressed up, go out there. I'll shoot my shot at the baddest women in the mall. Sometimes I'll come home and I'll get like maybe 2 numbers. Sometimes I'll come home and I'll get none. But if I got none, I'm going to go home and get dressed again. We got Ash in the building. What is the deal, Ash? You are good. As I stated before, Ash is part of the GMT fam. You will be seeing more and more of Ash in the building. This is Grown Men Trash Talking, and we got Ash to talk trash with your boy GMT. What is good? How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing amazing. I caught the first 2 videos.
You caught the first 2? So you didn't hear me? You didn't hear what I was just talking about, me talking trash?
I didn't know. I'm trying to read it, but I'm blind. Let me see.
So she basically is saying, she said the men are looking for the younger crowd and women are looking for the older crowd. I'm going to play the video real quick for you again.
Yes.
Let's play that back.
All right, so nobody like talking about or stating the obvious, but listen, our dating realm is all over the place. Y'all want to know why? And then I'm going to need y'all to answer the question after I'm done. It's all over the place because the guys, the men are looking for the younger crowd, and then us women are looking for the older crowd. So, ladies, I want to see something. How old y'all going? And to the men, how young y'all going? I want to see something real quick. I want to see why we all fucked up.
Yo, so Ash, you ain't got to put your age out there at all, right? You ain't got to put your age out there, but what is she stating some type of facts there?
You know, my favorite answer is the situational, because I've dated older and I've dated younger. So it depends. Now in my life, I will say I tend to look older now, like for older men, but there was a phase where I was dating younger men too, mostly because I was tired of the old men. So.
Ooh. So when you say you were tired of the older men, give me the reason why. What was the older men doing that was sickening?
All right, so I'm gonna give you background. So I my first adult relationship, I was 19 and he was 26, and that's a big difference, right? Like this is
right.
I'm an adult, I'm grown. This is a man. He's lived life already. So like the games he was able to play on me, the way he was able to like move, and I'd just be like, okay, whatever, like, know. You saw the first video. I was the fool in the first video. Like that was me. I was the husband.
Oh, that was you.
That was me. Whatever, whatever. Like
so you was the husband. You was just sitting there looking at him like,
I'm I'm gonna fight for mine, right? I'm just there.
Right.
I notice older men, one, they're stuck in their ways, some are stuck in their ways, and two, older men that want younger women, from my experience, I can only speak to my experience, they just want to play games, and that's why they want young people. Like, that's why I was 19 dating a 26-year-old, because I was easy to manipulate and groom and play with. Like, I'm young, what I'm gonna do? I'm in
How does
young
that
love is
happen?
crazy.
I'm trying to figure out because I mean, I know dudes that when I was younger, they were about 26, 27, and they would legit sit in front of these schools. Not, it wasn't no middle school. It was like it was a high school, so they'll look for like the 18, 19-year-old girls that's like getting out of school or the ones that's freshly going to college. And I used to be like, yo, what do y'all have in common with these girls that y'all think that, like what? Granted, I got older and I knew what they were looking for. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? But when I was younger, I used to be like, y'all ain't looking for nothing serious with these women, right? I hope not, because
Because there's really
so
nothing in common, right? Like, in retrospect, I feel like that we really, besides him being old enough to like buy his alcohol and me just being smitten by him because I liked him, like that was it. It's like it was nothing. There was nothing there. Like, he could buy
right,
liquor, I couldn't, right? You know.
right. Oh yeah. So
So it's just, yeah, because we're just easy to play around with. We're so much when you're younger, so you haven't experienced anything, so you still have like this image, like, oh no, people are nice and sweet, and they would never do that. You know what I mean? So you're just young
right.
and dumb, and by the time they show their true colors, like a older woman, she knows to like hold back some. When you're younger, you go all in, like you just fall effortlessly, and then you done fail for someone who really ain't shit. But now you
Ain't
too
about
love to
it.
walk away. Like, this is my
Right.
whole world. I'm not going nowhere. So
Man. So in the dating world now, right? And you said you more now currently tend to look for the older man, and it's because you're not 19 anymore. So now your dating expectations change. I know. Well, most women at your age group, in your age range, looking for more stability in men. So
yes, and older men have that. The older men,
right,
the good older men have that. Like, they're established. They got their own house. They got their own cars. They got their career figured out. If they have kids, for the most part, their kids are older. Like, they're more stable. Their life is more calm. They're ready to settle down. Like, they're not out here playing around. They too tired to be going out every weekend. They want
yo,
to be in the house. Okay.
nah, I feel you with that. So would you say, as far as the older men, would you date a man 50?
If physical attraction is big to me too, so like, not just the stability, but I gotta be attracted to them, right? So
Right.
if I met a handsome 50-year-old man, and I can't think of one at the top of my head that I know in real life right now, but like upper
The one, the,
40,
the one that don't remind you of Uncle Tom.
right, right. I've dated older 40s in my later 20s, but they look like they were in such in great physical shape. They could
Right.
pass for like 30s. So
Okay. Okay. That's good to know. Because I do believe women should, like we mentioned on Tuesday, women should nest. Right. They
yeah,
should find a man that could help them nest. The man doesn't have to be a millionaire, but at least, like you said, financially stable. And
right.
don't women that look for stability, there's a difference between gold diggers, women that's only dealing with a man because of what he could buy, and a woman that's looking for stability.
Exactly.
Whereas if I had something for you, at least I know that I'm stable. That way,
Right.
if I did have a child from you, I could stay home and take care of the child
Mm-hmm.
and not have to worry about putting the child in daycare and the child growing up with other values that's not mine.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's
So
like the
I do
big
get it.
whenever I first talk to a guy, I let him know, like, listen, stay at home, mommy. Okay.
you ain't trying to be out there in the workforce.
Listen. No, no. The workforce has went to trash since we joined it. Like, The world has went to trash since we joined it. Take us back home, please.
Oh my God. Listen, for you to say that, I got to give you that.
I'm so serious.
I'm going to do an episode about that.
I just did a whole presentation about women's equality from the 1920s to 2024. Like, and I was like,
let's delve into your presentation. Tell me about your presentation. Let's delve into it real quick.
Are we going to dive into it?
Let's dive into it.
Because you know, women's equality these days, like on the 15th of this month, like that would be a great. I think that might be an episode within itself.
Oh, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do an episode on that for sure.
Scratch the surface, you know.
Let's scratch the surface then. Talk about it. What's up?
The voting rights. I get it. You know, if we're gonna live in a country, yes, we should have right to say who's in office, and we could have stopped there. We could have stopped at that. Going to work was crazy. Because, like, if you think about the problems we deal with now, the cost of childcare, that's a big topic, right, in the election. Cost of childcare. If we were still at home, this would not be coming up. This wasn't an issue 50 years ago. I know it's been like 105-ish years since we got our right to vote. But, like, this wasn't an issue 50 years ago because we were still at home with our kids. We didn't have to worry about that. Now, in order to survive in this economy, you got to have a 2-income household because we decided to join the workforce. Like, if we would have just stayed at home, we would not have these problems. A lot of people don't see it that way. And I believe it should be optional, but, like, low-key, it should not be the norm. And I know there's so many powerful women out there. And don't get me wrong, like I said, I own my own business. I have a career. Like, I'm in school. Like, I do my thing, right? And I let my future partner know, like, money will be coming into the house, but I'm not going to be overly working hard because then I don't feel like I could do my duties while I'm stressed out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, yes, we should have the option, but, like, making it the norm is crazy. Like, I feel like the world really has went to shit since I'm not going to say had a voice because we deserve to have a voice, but since we tried to, since we tried to join the workforce, since we went... Because I gotta like pick and choose what I say. I don't want to say since we wanted equality, right? Because men and women should be equal, right? But like, should we like? I don't think we should be outside like this. I don't think we should be working and doing all this. It's too much.
Real talk, you know, like what you're saying, it makes a lot of sense. Because if you look at it, right, of course, if you have more people driving into the workforce, the economy has to change because of competition. Right? Now, if I got women making money, I got men making money, the competition is much higher now. The workforce has to change. We have a $10 super chat from my man, Leon B1, who is currently empty in the bank account. Leon B1 with the $10 super chat. He says, someone get this young lady a husband. He's trying to get you married, girl. He said, this is why I only speak to the younger crowd because they are our future for change. I don't waste time on these old and dusties. Yeah. Yo, he is something, man. My boy is something. So, but it's real when you look at it. It has to change, right? Yeah. And people are not looking at it like what actually made the economy so hard to live in today. What is driving up these prices, these gas prices, the everything.
Everything.
When you go to those countries where it's predominantly men working, it's still low cost of living.
Because you done gave women money. And what do? We spend some money. We
so you spend
some money. Right. I had 4 Amazon packages at the door when I walked to it. You gave us too much money.
Damn.
We out here,
4 Amazon packages.
Inflation. It was the pandemic, and we was buying
shopping.
Yeah, going crazy. And now we like inflation.
Right. And we here for a reason. And y'all 100% right. Yo, listen, we are going to do a show. I'm gonna have you lead that show. Because
they gonna eat me up. I'm gonna.
It's all right.
It's gonna be
all right. The fellas got your back on this one. The fellas got your back on this one. Cause ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Every time something new happens for women, I'd be like, who asked for this? I joined, they was like women going to be on the front line in combat. I said, who wanted this? I saw this lady on the news speaking for this. And I'm like, how do these people get a voice? And how do I get one so I can say no? I never asked to go to war. I want to be back helping people. I don't want to be on the front line holding a gun.
Right.
That's
you being military, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you say the majority of your comrades, the women that's in the military, which you feel the same way you feel?
No. It's really rare to me. Like, there's so many hard charging females in the military. Like, they're really like, you got the people that use it as a stepping stone. And then you got the people who like really just they love this, they breathe this, like they want to be in, like they want to be on the front line, like, and they love that. And I'm just like, they don't want to go home. And a lot of people in the military in general, like a lot of people can't take the uniform off, like this is their life, you know what I mean? So right. No, I can't say that they feel the same. I'm asking civilian counterparts in the military. Nah.
Okay, I don't want you to tell too much now. I don't want the army to find this show and be like, hold up, what she here talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I ain't trying to put you out there like that, but you know, it is interesting to see and talk to someone that's military with your mindset, because in reality, I do believe a lot of people do use it as stepping stones, but when it is time for that combat, most people are like, nah, I didn't sign up for this. I literally just joined it because of the benefits. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I knew it was going to change my future.
Lives, but like, I don't want to be out there getting injured. Right. I want to help the injured. I don't want to be the injured.
Right. So you're in the nursing as far as military goes?
Not really nursing, but pretty much like a nurse without a license. Like
a nurse. Got you. Combat man. Okay. That's what's up. My boy Leon B1. He said the younger ones do, but the older chicks don't. So I guess he's trying to say like the older chicks want to go to war. They want to go to war. But very interesting though. Very interesting. Listen, I got the main topic. You ready for it?
Yes.
You ready for it?
I'm ready.